Now, Action 10 Vaughn with your Doppler 10 weather forecast.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Well, take a look here at Beeville. Nice and chilly day out there. They were up there closer to where that cold front was, so the temperature dropped much more dramatically than what we even saw here in Corpus Christi. It is down to 50 degrees in Beeville and feels like it is 46 outside when you factor in the wind. Of course, it's also humid and damp and drizzly out there. That makes for a pretty rough day. It wasn't too much different than that even here in Corpus Christi. There's a look outside right now. Now I want to show you the almanac data for today because look at this high temperature, 73 degrees. You walk outside now, it's not 73 degrees. It's actually 56, just above that 55-degree low for today. That's because we hit 73 earlier today. It was earlier this morning, actually, and then the temperatures gradually began to drop. We had a cold front move into the northern half of the region, and it put out a little burst of cool air that managed to make it all the way down here into Corpus Christi. So it also produced a little bit of rain around the area. Most of it has been right there along the coastline as of the last few minutes, but earlier today it was much further inland. So Corpus Christi has finally started to get a little bit of this light rain, but it's not anything compared to some of the heavier rain and even some of the lightning and thunder that was reported off to our north, closer to Orange Grove and then out toward Beeville as well. We take a closer look at Nueces County. You can see here in Corpus Christi, there's some of that light rain. Looks like we're going to get a little break here shortly and then another brief shower back behind that. And that's pretty much going to wrap things up for the rain this evening. There may still be a couple more showers that form, but overall the gradual coverage in the rainfall is definitely going to be decreasing as we go through the next couple of hours. So current temperatures, most everybody is in the 50s at this hour, nice and chilly across the area. Temperature difference from yesterday. This is the temperature yesterday compared to what it is outside right now. It's a good 15, 20, close to 30 degrees colder, especially up there closer to the cold front in Beeville. So here's where the cold front is at right now. It's passed through Houston, passed through San Antonio. It's sitting just to our north. And as I said, it's out that little burst of cool air. So it didn't make it all the way to Brownsville. They're at 75 degrees. We're up in the 80s earlier today. You see much colder air back behind this cold front. This front is eventually going to make it to South Texas, but it's going to take its time in doing so. It's actually going to move back to the north tomorrow, drawing some warmer air up into the coastal bend. So we should be up there closer to 70 degrees. Some folks may only top out in the upper 60s. As we head into Saturday, it's going to still be off to our north, combining with another cold front, and that will be the cold front that finally pushes through. It'll be Sunday night, though. So we're still in the 70s on Saturday, and then as we get into Sunday, we're still out there ahead of the cold front, so we should be in the 80s for Sunday with temperatures in the 40s up there in the northern portions of the state. This is gradually going to make its way down into the coastal bend and will eventually drop our temperatures into the 40s come Monday. Not only that, it's going to be windy when it moves through, so it's going to feel even colder than it actually is. So look at these feels like temperatures. By the time Monday morning rolls around, the cold front has pushed through and it will feel like 31 degrees when you step outside. That's right there around that freezing mark. The temperature itself won't freeze, but that's what it will feel like outside. Much of the state will actually be feeling like it's in the single digits. So this is going to be a very winter-like blast that makes it into the Lone Star State and for much of the nation. You see many locations across the nation right there around 20 to 30 degrees below zero is what it will feel like. So this is very similar to the Arctic outbreak that we saw back there in January. As for the actual air temperatures, we're going to be around 70 degrees for tomorrow, up into the upper 70s for Saturday, low 80s by the time we hit Sunday. The cold front moves through and we drop to the 40s. So from 80s on Sunday to the 40s on Monday and then down to the 50s by the time we hit Tuesday. So for tomorrow's forecast, temperatures will start in the 50s, about where they're at now. They're in the mid 50s. We'll make it up to around 66 by noon, 70 degrees for that afternoon high. If we see any sunshine at all, it will be late in the day, and then there may also be a few sprinkles, especially for the first half of the day. You can see that on Future Tracker clouds to start our day, a little bit of sprinkle action here and there, and then as we get further into the afternoon, there may be a couple breaks in the clouds, as you see there on Future Tracker, but those are going to be few and far between. Well, now it's time for your 7-day forecast, brought to you by AutoNation. Get one price pre-owned vehicles at AutoNation. Every vehicle is clearly marked with just one price. Shop now at AutoNation.com. So we do technically have a chance of rain for the next 3 days, but for Friday and Saturday, it's mainly just going to be sprinkles, and even that they're going to be occasional. As we head into Sunday, we may see an isolated shower or storm as that cold front begins to work its way into the region. Temperature around 82 degrees, and then it comes, the nice cold blast moving into the area. 47 for Monday, and that's going to set off a string of days there in the 50s with cloudy skies. We're headed back to that winter time that we left just a couple weeks ago. Sonia?